Welcome back to another video, everybody. Today I've got Anastasia in the studio. We're playing around with the Aputure 120D with the Light Dome Mini, which is a fantastic little softbox that Aputure produce. We're going to do some beauty portrait style shots to begin with, and we're just going to see how many shots we can get. What I love about the Aputure 120D, it's super silent, so it's great for video work, but you can also shoot some great stills with it. The Mini Dome is super soft and comes complete with the grid. So we're going to do some shots with and without the grid, just so you can see the difference. All right, let's get started. Okay, so for this first shot, I've just got the 120D with the Mini Dome and the grid attached, just on a C-stand, just boomed above in a kind of traditional beauty style butterfly type lighting setup. As you can see, it's creating this nice little pool of light here on Anastasia, and we've got a little bit of the shadowing from where the light is just falling off, coming down quite nicely. So a little bit of shadowing from above, creating this nice little pool of light that can go all the way down to the floor for a full length shot. So let's just do a few shots now and just see what that looks like. Yeah, just keeping your face up, that's great. Yeah, beautiful. This light is really stunning for this type of work. Super soft. Coming in for a really tight headshot now. And just do a few horizontals. Yeah, beautiful. Just going to change my angle and come around from the side a little bit. And I'll just get Anastasia to keep looking sort of forward. Yep, that's it. Yeah, great. Just bring your hands up a bit more. Yeah, that's it, perfect. Yeah, great. Getting a really defined shadow on the wall behind Anastasia, but it's actually quite nice. Actually, just do me a favor and just stand off the wall a little bit. Yep, not too much, back a bit. Yep, just there, perfect. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's nice with your shoulders turned away a little bit. That's it. Yeah, beautiful. That's really nice just there. Chin up just a little bit. That's it. Lovely.
Ooh. I like that one.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with this light so far. Let's move on to another change in lighting setup. Okay, so for this second one, I've just moved the light around a little bit further to camera left and lowered the 120D down, so it's coming across on an angle more so than straight on to Anastasia. This time we're going to create a bit more side lighting, still creating that nice kind of pool of light and the shadow onto the background, just to create a little bit more dramatic type of lighting for this setup. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, that's good. Cool. Coming for some tighter shots now. Still kind of facing the same way. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, face to me, that's good. Of course, you can move around and change your angle and get very different results. So shooting from the left. Now getting sort of that light coming straight onto Anastasia's face, but there's a little bit of shadowing on her left side as well. And as I move around to the other side, still keep facing the same way. Thanks, Anastasia, that's it. Yeah, now we're getting some very dramatic lighting. So getting some really nice contrast in these shots. You can see that we're not using any fill light, so shadows are quite deep. So because we've got the light on the background as well, we're still getting some really nice separation, even on the shadow side of Anastasia, and because she's wearing black clothing as well. Excellent. Yeah, they look cool too, if you can see.
I like that.
That's
Yeah.
more from the side, so that's getting a little bit more dramatic.
I look like an animation.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let's try a third setup and see what we can do with that. Okay, for this setup, I've just introduced this old ladder as a prop for Anastasia to sit on. I've moved the 120D a bit further off to the left-hand side, camera side, and still got the grid on the mini dome. What I've done is just angle the light a little bit more in front of Anastasia here, so we're getting a bit less light on the background now. What you can probably see is these little patches of light which are just escaping from the side of the mini dome. This is where the grid attaches to these little rods. Now, they're kind of cool and interesting. You may like them, you may not. Easy enough just to retouch in Photoshop if you don't want to keep them in. But with this setup, as I said, we've got a bit less light hitting the background, but Anastasia is beautifully lit. Because the light is coming from a bit more of a higher angle, her top half, face and chest is being lit really nicely, but the light will gradually just get a little bit less intense as we get further down onto the floor. All right, let's see what these shots look like. Yeah, that's beautiful, Anastasia. That's really nice. Great. I'm kind of liking the patterns of light that the mini dome is creating on the background there. Looks really nice. Just that little bit of extra interest. Perfect. That's really beautiful. Thank you, Anastasia. Yeah, really good. All right, let's see what we can do next. Okay, so I've now just moved the 120D with the mini dome right above Anastasia. It's actually pulling down right in front of her on the floor. So again, I've just got the light positioned off the wall a little bit, so there's not too much light hitting the wall. But we can still see a little bit of light just creating a little bit of a circular effect on the wall behind her. She's going to be a little bit limited in the posing she can do due to the tight skirt she's wearing. But let's just see what we can come up with. Yeah, that's beautiful. Just scooch back that way a little bit, just so that your head's kind of under the light. That's it, perfect. Chin up a little bit, that's it. That's nice, beautiful. Perfect. Okay, I'm just going to take the grid off just so we can see what difference that makes. Yeah, the grid makes a big difference in just controlling that spill of light. It's much more dramatic with the grid. Without the grid, we just got light kind of spilling everywhere, so it's nice and soft, but I think I prefer the grid. Okay, for this last setup, we're going to do a really tight beauty headshot. I'm going to use this little bit of black card just to act as a little reflector, just to fill in a bit of the shadow under Anastasia's chin. So we've got the 120D with the Mini 20 just set up again in that traditional kind of butterfly type lighting. It's a really flattering light on a beautiful woman's face. And I'll do some shots with and without the reflector just so you can see the difference between that shadow filling in and out. We'll start off without the reflector just so we can see what it looks like. That's it, perfect. They come in really tight. Beautiful. That's lovely. Chin up just a little, that's it. Just keep your fingers kind of tucked in a little bit more. Yeah, that's it. And just pull your hands back to your chest. That's it. That's it, perfect. I'll just do some horizontals here. Just bring your face back to me. Yeah, that's it, perfect. Beautiful. All right, let's bring that little reflector in. That's it, perfect. So I'm just cropping the reflector out at the bottom of the frame. And you can see how much that's filled in the shadows under Anastasia's chin. Just keep your shoulders where they are, just bring your chin around to me a bit more. That's it, yep. Chin around a bit more that way. That's it, perfect. That's really beautiful.
Ooh. They look really cool.
What we might do now is just move off the wall a little bit so that we can get a little bit less light on the wall, make it a bit more dramatic with a darker background. Come forward even more. Yep, that's it. Perfect. Yeah, that's great. Perfect. Just lower the reflector a little bit. Yeah, about there. Turn your shoulders that way a little bit. And bring your face back. That's it, just there. Face, yep, just there. Perfect. That's it. Beautiful. Chin up a touch. That's it. Yeah, that's really nice. Just chin up and tilt your head that way a little. That's it. Stunning. Okay, that wraps up shooting with the Aputure 120D and the Light Dome Mini. We got some really cool shots there. I think Anastasia looks beautiful in those shots. Thank you so much for modeling for us.
All right.
Thanks for joining us again on this video. Until we see you on the next one, ciao for now.